So are you thinking of buying Halloween contact lenses? Well then this is the video for you. Because not only will I be showcasing different lenses, but going over the best places to buy them, how to take care of them, and how to avoid some of the major pitfalls of wearing these wicked and colorful lenses. So let's take a look. This video is brought to you by Gothika and the Orion Vision Group, providing high-quality color and theatrical contact lenses, all cleared for marketing by the FDA. Hey everyone, welcome to Doctoreyehealth. I am Dr. Joseph Allen, and here I get to bring you the best in tips and education all about the eyes and vision. And hey, if this is the first time we're meeting, why don't you do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, because it is going to help me reach out to more people and help educate people all about how important healthy eyes actually are. So a couple of things about me is, number one, yes, I am a real eye doctor. That means I spent most of my life in school. Number two is that I'm really into Halloween, as you can probably tell. And number three is that I absolutely love contact lenses. And contact lenses are actually one of the main reasons why I wanted to become an eye doctor since I was about 13 years old. And since Halloween is just around the corner, I actually wanted to make a really cool video educating all about Halloween contact lenses. So I did reach out to the Orion Vision Group and the Gothika brand to see if they could help me make this happen, so big thank you to them. Now with that being said, I should also mention that there is no number one lens out there that works for absolutely everybody. The experience that I have with contact lenses is not going to be the same that with you have with contact lenses or your friend's experience. We all have a different eye shape, different eye power, tear chemistry, and eye health. So please follow your doctor's recommendations. Now, if you don't already know, Halloween contact lenses can take your costume from not only good to totally freaking awesome. They come in different colors, designs, all to boost every costume you could imagine, and some even glow in a black light. However, whenever you're wearing contact lenses, there are some inherent risks, and that includes abrasions or scratches. Very painful. Contact lenses can even cause corneal edema or swelling. You could develop a corneal ulcer, which could be sterile or infectious. A sterile ulcer on the eye is kind of like a bed sore caused by friction, pressure, or toxins. Basically, it's like having an open wound on the eye that's not infected yet. And then an infected ulcer is basically, well, an infected ulcer. And those suck. They're one of the most horrifying things to see at the eye clinic. And all of those conditions could actually cause permanent scarring and vision loss. And unfortunately, Halloween lenses do have a notorious reputation within the eye care community as causing some of the worst eye infections and complications. But there's really nothing wrong with these lenses. It's just that people make mistakes when buying or wearing them. So let's go over the top 3 mistakes that people make, and I will even include some pro tips so that you can avoid them. Number 3 on the list is actually that people buy them from sketchy stores and websites without a valid prescription. Now, contact lenses are actually classified as a medical device by the FDA, and they regulate those lenses to ensure safety. And the FDA requires you to have a valid prescription to buy these contact lenses. That way people don't end up buying some wacky piece of plastic or chemical that could potentially blind them. Any and all respectable ways to purchase contact lenses, whether that be in the store or online, therefore require a valid prescription. Again, this is for your safety. And the need to have a valid prescription for those lenses goes for the lenses without any power as well. Those lenses will either have a power of 0 or PLANO, as we call it in the eye care world. Now for a fun fact. So did you know that theatrical lenses are classified as a type 2 medical device by the US FDA and are technically only cleared for marketing as compared to type 3 medical devices, which have to be approved by the FDA? That means that any retailer that's advertising these lenses as FDA approved is actually mislabeling the lenses and should be reported. This guy knows his stuff. Now, the best place for you to buy these type of contact lenses are actually through your eye doctor. Now, I know I'm a bit biased about that, but hear me out. I feel you just get a better value of buying your contact lenses from your eye clinic because A, you have to get a prescription anyways, you're already there. B, you're gonna guarantee the accuracy of your prescription. It's not gonna be expired or anything like that. C, you're gonna get the lenses much faster because the distributor and manufacturer ship them directly to the eye clinic rather than those lenses having to be passed down through the hands of all of the elves in Santa's workshop. And D, if there's ever a problem, your doctor's there to help. Also, if you're worried about price, most clinics do have a special discount around this time of year. The alternative is, of course, just go online, do a quick Google search, you'll find about 24 different online retailers who are happy to take your money, because that's all they really care about is your money. Hashtag buy local. Now, number 2 on the list of why people have problems with Halloween contact lenses is because of poor contact lens hygiene and improper care. When not in use, these lenses need to be cleaned and stored properly. Now, it's very important for you to follow the cleaning and disinfection regimen prescribed to you by your doctor, because these solutions may be specifically chosen for you for your eye health. Now, if we're in the clinic and I'm going to be fitting somebody in these type of contact lenses, which are made of a plastic called polymacon or polymacon, we actually have the lenses deep cleaned with a special cleaning and buffering solution. This is called Lens Fresh, and it's specifically designed for lenses like these. If you're pretty hardcore about contact lenses like I am, you can buy this solution from your eye doctor. They don't, however, sell it in superstores or online. To clean the lenses with Lens Fresh, I actually put a couple of drops on both sides of the lenses, and then you rub the lenses for about 15 to 20 seconds on each side. Afterward, you rinse it off with some sterile saline, and then you place it in a disinfectant solution in its case. Now, a couple of pro tips include labeling your contact lens case with the date that you first opened your prescription, never reuse some of the contact lens solution, and never put a dirty, chipped, broken, or any contact lens that looks funky in your eye. And if you don't already know, soft contact lenses do actually have an expiration date. On Gothika lenses, they're actually labeled on the side of the bottle, and as soon as you open it, there is basically a timer that goes on, and the lenses expire after 1 year. The other pro tip I would mention is that if you're somebody like myself who wears them for Halloween, and then maybe a few months later you go to something like Comic-Con, then you want to make sure that if you're leaving the lenses in the case, that the cases don't dry out. So every month or so, I'll actually reopen the case, empty out the solution, I'll clean the lenses one more time, and then refill the case with new solution. I have had the experience of going back to my lenses where the lenses were all dried out and all I had were big chunky pieces of plastic. And don't ever try to re-wet them and put them back in, they are done. And now the number 1 reason why people have such a hard time with Halloween lenses, and we're talking the infections, the ulcers, the scarring, and that's due to overwear and sleeping in lenses. Now, the human cornea is what we call avascular, or at least it should be. And that means that it has no blood vessels. And that means for the cornea to have a healthy metabolism, it needs to get its oxygen through another means, and that's through the air. Yes, your eyes actually breathe. And needs to get oxygen somehow, otherwise the cellular machinery breaks down and then the cornea begins to swell, causing your vision to go blurry and distorted. It also weakens the structural integrity of the cornea, increasing your susceptibility for infections. Now, insufficient oxygen supply to the cornea can actually have both short-term and long-term consequences. In the short term, some of the problems include swelling of the cornea, limbal injection, where you get that nice red ring going right around the part where your contact lens was sitting. You can get myopic creep, where you actually become a little bit more nearsighted, as well as some epithelial microcysts and thinning, which can actually be somewhat painful. Now, even though those problems do tend to resolve over time, they all heal at different rates, and sometimes that'll leave patients not being able to wear contacts for months at a time. And some of the long-term problems include neovascularization of the cornea, where you get those new blood vessels, as well as what's called pleomorphism and polymegathism, where the endothelial cells, the cells on the back surface of the cornea, actually begin to swell and dysmorphize. They actually become misshapen. Now pay attention, because I'm about to go full eye doctor on you. So back in the 1980s, there were some studies published by Holden and Mertz who found that oxygen transmissibility through a contact lens, which we actually call DK/T, had to be a certain level to prevent corneal hypoxia. Specifically, they published that you needed a DK/T to be at least 24 in order to avoid corneal hypoxia in a contact lens that you wore on a daily basis. They also published that you needed a DK/T of at least 87 in a contact lens that was an extended wear modality, meaning those are the lenses that you sleep in. Later studies even published higher requirements, such as a 33 dK/T in the daily wear and over 125 dK/T in extended wear lenses. Now that we're a little bit more on the same page about this, what do you think a dK/T of most Halloween lenses are? 8.4. Not 84, 8.4. That means these lenses are really only intended for occasional wear, such as special occasions, holidays, and parties. I personally never wear these lenses more than 4 to 8 hours at a time without giving them some form of a break. Now, a dK/T of around 10 should theoretically cause some form of corneal hypoxia. However, finding that in the clinic is actually quite rare, as long as there's good tear exchange behind the contact lens with oxygen-rich tears. That's one of the reasons why your doctor has to fit the contact lens just right so it's not sitting too tight on the eye and has a little bit of movement. And I wish I didn't have to say this, but they are not to be slept in under any circumstance. Just don't do it. Because when you sleep and you close your eyes at nighttime, you're actually getting even less amount of oxygen to your cornea. And a closed eye just increases the heat over a moist area of your eye, and that is just a perfect breeding ground for bacteria. And eye infections are truly terrifying. So in conclusion, Halloween contact lenses do look amazing. They really can make any costume look absolutely spooktacular. However, with all vision-related products, make sure you do the right thing. See your doctor, get a prescription, and at any point you have a problem, take the contact lenses out, call your eye clinic, and get seen right away. You only have 2 eyes, so please take care of them. Alright, question of the day, what Halloween contact lenses are you thinking about getting? And what Halloween costume are you planning this year? Let me know in the comment section below, I'd love to hear from you. Alright, so hopefully this video was fun for you to watch, it was educational, and that you got to see some of the cool lenses on the market. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button down below. Again, that's going to help me reach more people and educate them about the eyes. Otherwise, again, this is Dr. Joseph Allen from Doctoreyehealth, bringing you the very best in tips and education about the eyes and vision. If you want to check out more other videos just like this one from Doctoreyehealth, I'll hook you up with another one right over here, as well as maybe another one down over here. Keep an eye on it. We'll talk to you soon.